agents is the buzzword, and it's something actually I've been working on for the last kind of 7 days, I guess. Just building out like an AI operating system for Uni-Fy, which has been, a headache, but also really, really exciting. Has led us into some interesting rabbit holes with some alpha that will be as a result of that for everyone. But no, I love your profile. Went through, I've seen your videos, really high quality and well put together. And I'm not saying, but hoping to be interviewed at some point by you. And really happy to have someone from your niche, within Web3, a niche within a niche, because we don't often have real dedicated traders on our spaces. However, I know we have a lot of dedicated traders and crypto investors in the audience and the community. So it's going to be really nice to get some insight into what it is, that you're bringing to the table.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a fun journey. Like this, there's been a lot of volatility, obviously, in the markets recently. So there's never a shortage of macro events to trade on. That's for sure. But yeah, man, it's been a fun journey. And Deepin as a niche, I think, is getting ready to pop off. We had a bit of a run in 2024, and there's a handful of projects that are really doing big things, have a lot of revenue coming through the door. I think I think they're poised to make it big here once the market starts rebounding.
I love that, man. I definitely want to get some alpha on what you see, what you predict, because, there's nothing better than getting alpha from someone who's got their finger on the pulse, as it were. So, yeah, man, really excited and welcome again to Uni-Fy. And we're going to hear from lots of brands that are on Uni-Fy. And hopefully, I think there's a space for someone like you within the Uni-Fy ecosystem, to utilize our tools and what it is that we do. And I'll explain a bit more about that as we move through the evening. But in the meantime, let's say hello to some of these other speakers that we've got here. Big shout out to those in the audience as well. But Angelus, how are you doing, brother? Always a pleasure to have you up with us. So please share, how your day's gone. Say hello, introduce yourself.
Hi, thanks, Thomas. I'm Robert. I'm Angelus Bob. I'm the founder of Howlers and Epic Finds Emporium. I've been running my project for 3 years. I have a sold-out collection on Chronos, and I have a current minting collection called Howlers of Kryptonia on Polygon just now, and that is on Allstake platform, allstake.io. I've put the link in the purple pill for that, but that's not really what I want to talk about today. I've had a busy week, Thomas. A very busy week. It might not look like it on the front end, where I've not actually listed very many items, but I have listed some team.
I've had a busy week, Thomas. A very busy week. It might not look like it on the front end, where I've not actually listed very many items,
and we can sell that.
I have listed some teas, and I found a cheap phone case that's just brand new on Printify that is from China. And we can sell that for $9.99.
So the world,
so that is a good find. So I was working on
that I've created over the last 3 years.
What I've really been working on in the back end is the whole world engine.
From war,
and so the world of Kryptonia is the world engine that I've created over the last 3 years. Has everything integrated into one AI system. From war to
mechanic,
ages to timescales to creatures of all different fancy races, and
not only creatures to out of it from different dimensions,
time mechanic, which is the rift, which interferes with time and allows
comes out of
not only creatures to come out of it from different dimensions, but
into different time scales.
Also, there's a character link
there. The Jumbotron, I've created a video of.
Bro, Angelus, you always do this to us, bro. We have to do the intros. We have to let everyone say hello. and then we do the deep dives, man. Like you can't just, you know, you've got to take people for a drink first, man. Like you can't just take them straight out for dinner. I love it, man. I've seen exactly what you've been building, bro, and I'm loving the maps and the scale of your vision, man.
Well,
so
talk to me about days.
yeah.
Oh my God. I could walk on rain. It took me literally hours to try and get it to the way it's supposed to be. I have actually achieved that.
No, it's awesome, man. I love to see it and to see your creativity coming through, you know, on the platform is exactly why we built it. And for those of you that want to, I'm actually in it, usually trying to talk and tweet at the same time. But we do have a live stream going at the same time where I am going to highlight brands we're talking about in real time. So if you guys do want to check on that, you can. So that's there. But yeah, I mean, what you're putting out and the level of creativity that you've got is just awesome, man. So definitely check out Epic Finds Emporium. We're going to go through exactly, you know, how you do that, what that means in the Uni-Fy ecosystem as the Nightclub develops. So yeah, stay frosty. Next, let's say hello to Buckscow Tom. How are you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm very good, thanks, mate. Busy as always.
That is what I like to hear. I expect nothing less.
Yeah, well, another day, another dollar.
That's it, man. That's it. And how has it been? I know some people call it hump day. We call it pump day. How's it been for you?
All days roll into one, if I'm honest. I'm stuck down a massive rabbit hole for the last 3 years where I basically just wake up in the morning, well, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, and sometimes in the evening, and I just get straight on coding, building, pushing on through. But I'm just doing loads of different stuff for various different projects at the moment. So I've always got things to do and loving doing what I'm doing. So yeah, just great to be here to support what you guys are doing as well.
I love it, man, and appreciate you coming up. I know you're a busy man. In case you didn't notice, you are now co-host, just to save me from the more than occasional Elon Ruggs, where we do have to take the tour of Elon, brother. So appreciate you being here, man. We're going to hear more from you and what you've got cooking as we move through the evening. And Jennifer, how are you doing? The beautiful kitten, the queen of popular. Welcome to the stage. How have you been? How is your hump day, pump day?
Hello, Uni-Fy. Hello, Tom. Hello, Bob. Hello, Deep in community. I am so good. And after hearing from you guys, day will be complete now, you know. Always it's been a pleasure to be in your spaces. For some reason, sometimes I'm sleeping. But nowadays, my sleeping schedule is messed up. And I'm so glad because I am able to join the Uni-Fy spaces. A lot of, you know, great speakers, a lot of great audience, all the time, a very meaningful conversation Uni-Fy bring to us all the time. And was super duper excited for this episode 69. Looking forward for many more things together. And you know that Uni-Fy is one of the very close to us in popular, and we always appreciate you guys all the time. And looking forward for many more things together. And when the co-host is Tom, who missed this? You know, Tom is amazing. Bob is a very great. Bob is like one of the a good friend of mine in Web3, and all of you are amazing guys. Have a great day, and yeah, wish you a happy Wednesday. For me, it's Thursday because I live in future, but for you guys, it's Wednesday. So yeah, guys, have a great day.
I love it. Yeah. Some of us do live in the future. It's like Azael, no doubt, will be on later, and he'll be driving to work on Thursday morning. So yeah, the future's real. I do often ask him to give me the lottery numbers, but for some reason that doesn't work. Does suggest there is an issue with this whole time thing, but we won't get into that. Before we do, we got Broke Reefer on the stage. Shout out to Thanos Gelato down there as well, and Danny Builds, my lead brand manager. and one of the top boys in the Uni-Fy ecosystem. Deathwish, I see you, and many others in the audience. Big shout out. H Creeper 4 as well. Shout out to you. But Broke Reefer, man, what's cooking? How crispy is it? Let me know.
Always crispy, brother. Always crispy. How you guys doing, man? So happy to be able to join tonight.
Yeah, man.
I've had a day. I've had a day. So not gonna go into specifics, but you know, my mom had to go back into the hospital and shit. So now I'm just chilling at her place. But I got some time to chill while she gets her test. So I'm gonna chill with you guys, and I just wanted to say what's up. You know, with much respect to all of you in the space, and yeah, just a quick hello, man. And if you guys get around back to me and I'm here, I'll definitely fucking share my story and shit. You know me, but I just wanted to come up and say what's up.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to you, man. I appreciate it, and my love and heart is with you in those tough times with family, man. There's a few people I know going through it in Web3 at the moment, and you know, nothing hits harder than life. Stallone said it best. But it's about how hard you can get hit and keep getting up, right? So let's keep our chin up. If we can look up, we can get up. And that's the attitude that we take through life, and certainly through the Uni-Fy ecosystem as well, man. So yeah, no, bro, if you need to talk or just whinge or say nothing and be on a call, bro, I'm here, man. DMs are always open, and you know, Discord calls are always good, bro.
No, I appreciate you, brother. I really do, man. Yeah, dude, you know me, man. I always try to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? I always try to bring the fucking energy, and you know, so you know, it is what it is, and we'll get through it. Of course, man. I could take many hits, bro. Don't worry about me. I've been taking hits my whole life, so I'm good, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Big up, man. And thanks again for coming up, bro. If you don't know Broke Reefer, get to know Broke Reefer. He is a star in the Crouton Jones show, where he has become the Broke Reefer, the man, the hitman for the entire ecosystem. Or is it an ecosystem, or like a universe, I should say. So yeah, we're going to see a lot more of Broke Reefer. And all of this is one of those opportunities that was formed and forged in the Uni-Fy ecosystem. So those of you that know will know that every single week, at least one, usually many more opportunities are created in the Uni-Fy UME and Web3 spaces. This is episode 69. Believe it or not, we do this every single week. 69 is one of my favorite numbers, but that's for another day. Between now and then, big shout out to Deathwish if you're coming up. And let's go around now and just, you know, just say hello a little bit. Let the people know kind of what we're doing, what we're building, how we're building it, because, you know, that's what we do out here. We're trying to make it easy for people to do their own research, easy for people to discover who they are potentially investing in, working with, and learning from. So I'm going to start with you, Buckstyle Tom. If you've got time, you know, let people know what you're building. If you want me to come back round to you, I can.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I've got time there. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm the founder of Buckstyle. I'm also the founder of Slotto.gg. Slotto.gg is a monthly lotto site dealing in Solana and Solana-based tokens. As well as being a lotto site, we also act as a comprehensive listing site, focusing on genuine builders and transparent projects within the Solana space. We have approximately 80 projects now featured on the site. I think 43 project tokens incorporated. So each month when we run our lottery, so you can buy tickets in Solana, and we also focus on 4 or 5 of the partner projects listed on the site and integrate their tokens for ticket purchases. So this month, I think the jackpot currently stands at about 5.6 SOL, with a couple of weeks to go until the live draw. You can purchase tickets this month in Empire from Omerta, Rejected from the Rejects, CJT from Crouton Jones, Stacker from Skill Stacker, and one more Blue Nana from Monkeys. So the tokens purchases are quite limited. I think there's about 14 tickets left for purchases this month with CJT, and there's still a few left with some of the others. But feel free to jump on slotto.gg and have a look. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win. But last month we got the jackpot up to, I think, 9.45 Sol it finished on. So we're hoping that the jackpot will push way beyond 10 Sol this month. So if you fancy a chance at winning 10 Sol, jump in there. The tickets are only 0.01 Sol to buy. But I really encourage anyone to get on the site. It's a great place to have a little look around for projects that you may or may not have heard of within the Solana space. There's some cracking projects on there. And as I said, the one thing that all of these projects have is that they're all transparent projects. They all feature founders who are regularly speaking on spaces that you can get to know, that will answer all of your questions honestly. And the key to why we set that all up is to try and just make the space a safer place to be. We've been, over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, the space has been full of rugs. We can't guarantee that any of these projects, won't rug. But what we can guarantee is that these projects are here for the right reasons, and it's very unlikely that any of them are going to disappear. So that's slotto.gg. I also run Ducks DAO. I don't know whether you want to come back to me later, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Bucks DAO, and you want to.
Yeah, man, that sounds good, bro. Yeah, I've just highlighting Slotto GG a bit on the live stream as well. So yeah, definitely go check out Slotto GG, doing awesome things over there, and bringing together real projects and builders, much like Uni-Fy. For those of you that don't know, Uni-Fy is an ecosystem that sort of aggregates product and service providers across Web3 and enables them to list those products and services in a crypto native zero code storefront that they can customize and launch in minutes instead of hours or days. And the whole point of Uni-Fy is we flip the e-commerce model on its head, and we actually enable community-led growth and enable you to ditch the ads as an e-commerce brand. Obviously, you can run ads in parallel, but it's certainly not imperative for the success on the Uni-Fy ecosystem. So that's massive. And of course, I'll be sharing loads more about that. Head over to uni-fi.us if you want to register. You can also find it in our profile. This is You, Me, and Web3, episode 69. The Builders Bull Run has begun. That's what we're saying. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people who have been cooking left, right, and center for all of 2025, all of 2024, and now 2026 is upon us, and it's the time for that Builders Bull Run to really find its catalyst. And I think brands like everyone who's on the stage and many others who are not with us yet are going to be leading in that. So really, really exciting times ahead. I'm passionate, and I love the fact that I get to interact and discover all of these new brands, bring them to the stage, for you guys to discover as well. So yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's move over to Deep in Connection. What's your name, by the way? If you introduce yourself, I'm sorry, I did not hear your name. So what should I call you? My name is Thomas.
Thomas, my name is Bradley. It's nice to meet you, Thomas.
Yes, Bradley. We often, I find in Web3, absolutely skip introductions. Even on my client calls, we just kind of dive straight in. So yeah, great to meet you, Bradley.
Great to meet you as well, man. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, by the way. We've been kind of in this bear market. I would say, well, alts have been in a bear market for over a year, realistically, especially mid to smaller caps. But really, since October, we've certainly been in really a crypto winter. I would say very similar to vibes to how it felt following FTX. And October 10th was a much larger wipeout than what we saw at the FTX. So I think it's taken some time for things to kind of rebound a little bit and consolidate. But in that time period, I've been hunting for really gems, kind of, packing my bags and getting ready for when things start to recover, which is the same thing I did in 2022 and 2023. And I had some of my investments go absolutely bananas in 2024. And I think we're faced with a similar situation right now.
Yeah, no. So are you seeing kind of sideways accumulation and awaiting a catalyst? I know we've got all of this, World War III potentially starting and is obviously having an impact. But, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's one thing I've learned, or that we've all learned in the first year of the current administration here in the U.S. is that we should expect a lot of volatility for the next 3 years. I don't think that all of a sudden things are going to start calming. I think there's always going to be something. I will say, though, even with the conflict that's going on, it's been pretty interesting to see who's buying and the resilience of Bitcoin in particular, I would say, but really all of crypto. I mean, we saw when the first attack happened over the weekend, I guess a week and a half ago, we did see a bit of a dip, but then we saw it rebound really right away. And if you're paying attention to who's buying, all the ETFs, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be Solana, whether it be Ethereum, have been mostly seeing positive inflows and very large positive inflows. You also see sailors buying again in a big way, even Tom Lee with BitMine. So to me, I'm not saying we've definitively had our bottom, but I think there's a lot of signs that point to the fact that maybe we have. So I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen with this current conflict. I imagine that the U.S. is going to be motivated to not let it drag on too long, especially in a midterm year. This could be really, really bad for the current administration. So
yeah,
I don't know what that exit looks like, and we'll see. But regardless of all of that, I think the stage is being set. The accumulation has been taking place. Smart money has been buying. We might get this Clarity Act, from a regulatory standpoint, but anytime we've seen extreme fear like this for extended periods of time, it's been a good time to DCA in. And we've always seen the market rebound. So to me, not really necessarily predicting when the market's going to rebound, but mostly taking advantage of the discounted prices on quality projects.
Nice, man. Yeah, I think that's true. It's a time, these are the reasons that you have a bag of liquid on the side, right? For, what some might say fire sale, although it's kind of felt like a long-term fire sale where things have got continuously cheaper. You thought you bought the bottom and they seem to keep moving down. And so in your mind, what are some of these projects that you've got your eye on or will be looking to buy up in the time, when the price is right or dropped low enough? And obviously, guys, everything we discuss here is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You always need to do your own research, but it is, worth getting some alpha and doing research on things that you hear in a space like this, because we do try to bring together, the best that there are to share that with you.
Thomas, can I ask a question for Deep, just before you go into the detail about the gems?
Boom. No, you can't, bro. That's why I didn't bring you up, because you have no etiquette. Please continue, brother.
Okay. So there are some things I'm hyper focused on right now. And for me, when I look for gems, I'm looking for, something that has at least 10x, but potentially, 100x potential. And I found many of those in the last bear market. And, I'm not talking about meme coins. It's possible there, but I'm talking about where there's an asymmetric play, where I think the upside is really big. And there is, in my opinion, for my risk profile, more limited downside compared to the upside. And I think DeepIn's a sector where you can definitely find that, because there are some real businesses being built that have revenue, that have really good teams, but then also connecting that with where the trend is going to be. And I think this is like really where you have to have your pulse in the market, and where a lot of people make the mistake of looking at where the trend was instead of looking forward and where the money's going to be rotating. So obviously AI has been a huge play in 2024, and I think we had GPU shortages, and that played really well for some of the decentralized compute projects. I think some of those can bounce back. I think it's going to be a different trend, though, and I think it's going to be really around the fact that the energy grid in the U.S. can't handle the AI data centers. So one of the obvious solutions there is to tap into compute that already exists and leverage that. And I think some of these decentralized compute projects can do quite well there. One project in particular is the Kosh network that's been around for some time. I actually just interviewed their founder, but they just revamped their tokenomics to do a burn and mint equilibrium. In other words, the revenue they bring in is going to be buying and burning tokens. So I think that's a game changer. They're also starting to really leverage the AI agent side of things, which is another major trend. We've been seeing the AI agent trend. I think it's going to hit in a big way this year. AI agents, obviously. Robotics is another one that I think is going to be a huge capital rotation looking forward. You see it already happening in Web2, and that's how this generally works. Where you're watching the private markets in Web2, that's normally where crypto is going to go and where the money is going to rotate. In particular, one I'm editing right now is a founder interview I did with, his name's Nils, but the project is Auki, and they're building out the perception layer. So, in China, their manufacturing is leaps and bounds ahead of the US on robotics. And they're doing basically open source robots where they're just focusing on the hardware, and then software manufacturers or software developers can make software you can plug into the robot to make it do things in the real world. And that's what Auki's been building out. And they already have a couple of Fortune 500 companies in the US that have paid pilots. They have some really large grocery chains in Europe. They also have a large, I think out of Sweden, they have a really large business that's signed on with them too, where they're rolling out these virtual layer, the virtual map for robots and for employees to use with smart glasses. So that's the project that's I have investment in. That's certainly worth looking at. And then the last thing I'm really focused on is data collection. And I think that's going to be a trend that, people know that data is valuable, but you have to think about this world that we're moving into where everyone's going to be reliant on AI. And, you think about all the sectors that are being disrupted. And I'll give you one example. Think about the financial world. We're already seeing a lot of jobs getting replaced where they're leveraging AI models for whether it's quant traders, hedge funds, financial advisors. You have to start thinking about, if you're a financial advisor or you're